It's week 5 of the NFL.
And all eyes are on Saquon Barkley, your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. Who knows what we're in store for here?
And it comes your way next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by their 7th-year quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. When you look at this defense, this unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the #1 overall offense in the league.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Saquon Barkley deep to return. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And shutting him off, now open field. Pushing his way through. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by a man who played his college ball in Happy Valley, their rookie quarterback from Penn State.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself right now because he's coming off of a strong performance in the team's win last week. And you can just tell, even early in his rookie season, he's starting to get really comfortable out there, and things are starting to fall into place. In fact, in talking to the rival defensive coordinator of the team he's facing this week, he told me this young man's starting to get it.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3rd and 9 here. They'll set up to throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Barkley again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
Back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
Young. Henry's got it out on the left side. They can't tackle it. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Young to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Dances by him. Fights off the defender. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. When you look at this defense, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator. Because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit. But facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
They need 18 yards here on third down. Now Young. Under pressure, they got him again. Michael Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The home team's offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he has made his presence felt to the ground game already in this first quarter. They might very well lean on him the rest of the way. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. And they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Young. He dumps it off for Henry. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. It's Young off play action. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. York able to send this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Following the interception, Young completes the pass to Jeudy on the crossing pattern. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Open man, he completes it to Jeudy. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a 1st down. The play fake, now Young. And it's caught. Touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys have taken the lead. Such an art to dot the I, just get the feet in right there against the line before going out of bounds.
Such an incredibly graceful, athletic play, but also a lot of practice goes into it. They work on that to make sure that they learn how to train their feet to get down in bounds.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Brings up third down and 13.
Back to throw. Fry. And that is incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
27-yard line.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
That's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
Still going. They can't stop him. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A first down carry for Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, in that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Young. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, Young. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Again, it's Young. Finding Williams once more. Complete. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get
Automatic
multiples.
first down.
What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Looking to throw, Young. Incomplete, over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Young off the play fake. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now an injured player here, so a stoppage, and that's Jamison Williams, who's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They go play action. Young. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Derrick Henry.
23 yards for the touchdown as they have taken the lead.
Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now 17-14.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Fry. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 6. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before break. Fry. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams.
Well, we'll move. Break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Off the play fake. Fry. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
The visitors' offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Young to throw it. It's caught. Smith. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? A first down carry for Henry. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Throwing. Young. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Young. And it's caught. Touchdown. Derrick Henry with a milestone here. Touchdown number 200 for his brilliant career. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
York now for the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was finished off on the touchdown reception by Derrick Henry. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Gets this out quickly to Dotson.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Young now.
That's caught left side by Judy.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Young will set to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll try the right side with Henry.
There he goes again.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Now they empty the backfield and motion the running back right. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy
From 3 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Operating from the gun. Fry. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Up the middle with Barkley.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
44 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off play action. Fry.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Operating from the gun. Fry. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Barkley, inside handoff. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Fry. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23.
Brings up 2nd down at the 24-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. A handoff to Barkley on the option. A little juke. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. So that CD, that was impressive. He got out of 3, maybe 4 tackles there on his way to the end zone.
And a lot of times when you break a tackle or slip a tackle, it actually slows you down. That's what we were taught. If you don't make the play, make him stop his feet so someone else can get there and tackle him. But not here. He just kept right on going.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Now Young. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Young. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Henry up the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. But now he appears to be in some pain. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Young to throw it. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. They'll try to throw now. Young. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here is Young. Touchdown! Tucker Kraft, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
A York on now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Well, this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line.
2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
A gain of 11 on the play results in a first down.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
33-yard line. A gain of 7. And a first down.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. On play action, Young.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
A gain of 26 yards. Results in a first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.